You hear a loud bang and jolt from bed, but it's just thunder. Since it's morning, you get up to pour yourself some fresh coffee from your coffee maker. Thank goodness you took the time to program it last night. All throughout the day, our brains are exposed to a wide variety of noises and smells. How do these different stimuli affect our brains? And can strong scents or loud noises wake you up from a restful sleep? Keep watching because we're going to talk about the different brain waves that are active while you're awake and asleep, as well as how your brain reacts to sound and smell stimuli when you're awake versus asleep. What are the patterns of brain waves during sleep? Even when we are asleep, the human brain is still functioning, but the activity of many brain waves differs between the states of alertness and sleep. The 4 standard brain waves, alpha, beta, theta, and delta, are generated in various regions of the brain. Let's look at the range of these waves and when they come into play. Alpha waves are the most perceptible when you're awake but resting with your eyes closed. Alpha brain waves disappear when you sleep or concentrate on a certain activity, and their frequency range is 8 to 13 Hz. Beta brain waves are often predominant when completing tasks that demand focus, conscious reasoning, and logical thinking. These waves are high-frequency, low-amplitude brain waves with a range of 13 to 40 Hz that are typically seen when a person is awake. Intermittent theta waves have a frequency of 4 to 7.9 Hz and can be observed while you're sleeping. But deep sleep often produces delta brain waves, which have a frequency of 0.1 to 3.9 Hz. Specific processes let your brain recognize which information should be focused on and which can be ignored when it gets sound information. The same thing occurs, for instance, when speaking in a crowded area. Although your brain is always receiving noises, you may focus on what is being said to you while blocking out surrounding noise. Stay tuned, because we're going to be talking about exactly what goes on in the brain when you hear and smell sounds and scents while you're asleep. How does sound affect your brain while you're asleep? Theta and delta brain waves, which predominate during sleep, can be strengthened by certain sound stimuli. As a result, your brain can react and process various sounds when you're asleep. According to a recent study, the brain reacts to sounds similarly while awake and while sleeping. The study states that sound can still successfully flow from the ear to other parts of the auditory brain when you are asleep. The significant distinction was that sleep did not reduce alpha-beta wave power when sound entered the auditory cortex. As a result, your brain is just as sensitive to sound while you're sleeping as it is when you're up. You won't be able to interpret and comprehend the sounds you hear, though, if the alpha-beta power does not diminish. This neurological reaction may account for why, even though you can still hear sounds when you're sleeping, your brain is unable to further analyze or retain the sounds. So, even though a loud noise can wake you up, you are unable to recall any sounds you may have heard while you were asleep. How does smell affect the brain while you're asleep? You can be startled out of sleep by thunder, but you cannot be roused from a deep sleep by the scent of freshly brewed coffee or even something burning. A study looked at how smells, both pleasant and unpleasant, affected sleep, and the findings showed that smells or scents couldn't wake you up from sleep. So, what distinguishes odor from sound stimuli? Theta, beta, and gamma waves were found to be the primary mechanisms by which the brain reacts to various odors. High-frequency waves called beta and gamma waves typically occur when a person is awake. Theta waves also only appear sporadically when you're sleeping. When you're awake, odors go from your nose to your cerebral cortex through your olfactory nerve. When beta and gamma brain waves are activated, your brain can recognize and remember the scent. Delta waves predominate in the brain while you're sleeping. They're more powerful when stimulated by sound, while fragrances and scents have little effect on them. While you're asleep, your brain may not be able to recognize smells and scents due to the absence of these brain waves. It should come as no surprise that noise pollution is linked to sleep disruptions, given that sound can have an impact on the brain when we sleep. Lack of sleep can have negative effects on one's physical and mental health. Therefore, sleep disruption brought on by outside noise might be harmful to your health. A well-designed sleeping environment can improve the quality and length of your sleep, which is crucial for your health. However, if you're experiencing sleeplessness, even after addressing noisy disruptions, speak to your doctor. Help is available.